What's up, everyone? This is Betamax. My name is Fidel, and joining me, as always, is Eddie and Birdie. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Hi.
So with the deep-ass voice, Eddie, just because you got a beard now, you think you're all fucking sexy and shit?
I swung and I finally hit puberty. Yeah.
You swung? What do you mean?
All right, dude, let's do this.
All right. So on this episode, we're gonna talk about how we became friends, and how the Betamax podcast came to be in a way, I guess. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Hey, full disclosure, I fucking hate these fools. But
Man, hurry up, I want to go hang out with my real friends.
Damn. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. No, I want to mention that yesterday I went to a concert, like an actual concert, like in a fucking stadium and shit. Like, well, the amphitheater, the 5 Points Amphitheater in Irvine. I went to see Taking Back Sunday and Third Eye Blind. Have you guys ever been to a concert like that?
No.
I've never no.
I think the most popular band I saw that was they were getting pretty blown up at the time, and it was just them. It wasn't a film festival. It was probably Crystal Castles.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the closest.
That's it?
Yeah.
What about you, Eddie?
I don't know, dude. Something that's not a festival, like an actual concert. I don't listen to anything that popular.
That would warrant a concert.
I don't know. I would have to say maybe Jawbreaker, but even then I wouldn't even compare it to a concert. Just 'cause, I don't know. But that's probably the biggest band I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to see fucking. I don't even know what's big right now. I don't know.
What are your guys' opinions on Taking Back Sunday and Third Eye Blind?
I love Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're one of my favorite emo bands ever. I love that band.
What about Third Eye Blind?
I forget what songs they were. I know they have.
I know. I'm like that too. I was like, what are they known for?
I know they
but
have
it's that one. The do.
Is that the only one? Because that's the only one.
No,
that I can
there's
think
more. There's more. I always blank.
They suck, dude. They fucking suck.
They sound like they suck. If that's their hit, I don't.
It's weird that they played together though.
Okay, that's what I thought too. So I went. I had a very interesting experience at this concert, and I
wait before you get into that.
Okay.
Do you like Taking Back Sunday and Third Eye Blind?
I like Taking Back Sunday.
But Third Eye Blind.
I didn't have an opinion on them because that's literally the only song I knew of them.
Okay.
I just that's that song that's in a bunch of teen movies from the 90s and shit.
Yeah.
So, but I do like I don't want to say I like Taking Back Sunday because I've only listened to the first couple albums. So I was like, okay, hopefully they play old shit. And I was hoping because they recently released, I forgot the name of the album. It's one of their early albums. Might be their first album.
Mm-hmm.
They did an anniversary edition. So I was like, okay, maybe they're going to do old songs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I went into with mentality. And I went with my girlfriend, Anna, and we had seats, which I've never had seats at a concert or a show or anything like that, Mm-hmm. And so the first band, the opening band, they're called Hockey Dad. They were cool, they're entertaining, they're from Australia, whatever. They're okay. Taking Back Sunday comes on, I was like, okay, I'm pretty excited. Anna was excited too. They start performing, and I find myself more just analyzing their performance, rather than enjoying the music.
Hockey Dad.
No, Taking Back Sunday.
Taking Back Sunday.
Was it because you're sitting down?
No, because of the performance.
Oh.
That's interesting.
So, I've never heard the singer talk normal without not singing. Have you?
No.
He has a very country accent, but I maybe sound ignorant right now, but I'm not sure if he was faking it or if that's actually how he talks. Because it did kind of seem like he was faking it, but it was weird.
Uh-huh.
And he was dressed kind of cowboyish, he was all black, cowboy boots,
yeah.
It was just okay, whatever. They played a couple songs, and then they played Liar, and that's the song I know. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh hell yeah. It was weak, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was a weak performance. Like, I was just like, damn. Like, from after they were done, I guess what I gathered from their performance was the drummer and the backup guitarist
Mm-hmm.
had the energy of an early 2000s hardcore band. The rest of the band was just there chilling.
Really?
And it showed. Like, they were having a good time, you know?
Yeah.
But I found myself more drawn to the energy of the backup guitarist and the drummer.
Okay.
Because they were like really into it.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of the band was just kind of just like
Do you know if they were like the original members?
I don't.
Because I know bands, the number one thing, person they always swap as they get older is the drummer. They always swap him for someone younger. You know, it's more.
It's always the drummer, or it's always like the guitarist, because like
They need that energy.
when they first make their like when these bands first came out, they were fast,
Yeah.
you know, and like it's also like to keep in mind that like when these bands came out, we were teenagers, and they were not teenagers. They were already like fucking like in their 20s,
Yeah.
and now that we're like not teenagers and we're like at the point where they're at, it's like they're further, so we're like, you know,
They
now
gotta
they're
go.
old dudes, you know.
Yeah, but
But yeah, like, so I was a little disappointed. I was like, man, that was kind of, it was almost sad in a way. Because when they played the old songs that I knew,
Yeah.
the singer did not seem like excited to be doing it.
Mm.
Like, I was like, oh, that sucks, you know?
Yeah.
He just didn't seem like he was into it.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, whatever. And then Third Eye Blind
Yeah.
up next. And I was okay with just leaving
Yeah.
at that point to beat the traffic.
Oh, Taking Back Sunday wasn't the headliner.
No.
Shit.
This was a Third Eye Blind show.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I was okay with just leaving. Because
Yeah.
like I said, I only know one song from Third Eye
Yeah.
Blind. And it's not even like, oh, that song's fucking tight. It was just like, oh, I know that song.
Yeah.
Dude, they were fucking tight. I found myself really enjoying their performance. Not knowing any of their songs.
Yeah.
They put on a very good show.
Mm.
They made it worth it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, holy fuck, like, this is fucking tight. And then they covered Disorder by Joy Division.
Oh really?
It was really good. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was really good. And of course, like, they did the whole rock star thing, I guess you could say, where they leave, like, oh, thank you, good night. And then I was like, they're obviously going to come back out because they haven't played that song.
Yeah.
And then they came out and played that song. And that was it. But, dude, they were fucking tight, man. Like, and just the energy of the crowd, it was fucking tight. I feel like I can say I'm a Third Eye Blind fan now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's how good they were to
So
me.
you definitely went to a Third Eye Blind show.
Yes.
You did not go to a Taking Back Sunday.
Not at all.
Okay.
Because it's funny because there was like this older couple sitting behind us,
Yeah.
and they had like commentary after every Taking Back Sunday song.
Oh really?
They're like the guy was just like, come on. Basically, he was just like, come on guys, like let's wrap it up. Like we're here to see Third Eye Blind. Come on.
Oh, what a bitch.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
was-
even constructive. Like,
Yeah.
oh, what a dumbass. I hate that guy.
That brings me to my
It was
next.
me?
That brings me to my next point. This was the whitest show I have ever been
Oh
to.
really?
Yeah.
How did you come back alive, dude?
Was it more white than like a Tyler the Creator show?
Cause them shits be pale, huh?
Dude, yeah.
I can
white
tell
people
you.
rap.
I can tell you because I people watch. I observe
Yeah.
the crowd a lot. I counted 3 people of color in the entire audience.
It's Taking Back Sunday, dude. Like,
It's Third Eye Blind.
yeah.
A lot. It was a lot of like, and to sound stereotypical, a lot of like older blonde white women
Uh-huh.
with the jean shorts,
Yeah.
beer in hand,
Yeah.
American flag hat.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
Okay.
I was like, man, I feel very out of place here.
Felt very American.
Yes, very patriotic.
Oh man.
But yeah, that was my experience.
Wow, that sounds.
But dude,
I
I'm
feel
telling
like
you,
I would have a hard time connecting at a concert because I don't know. There's just like no intimacy. Like,
they did have like an area, like a pit area,
Yeah.
but there was still like a gate in front of them, and then a barrier, security, and then the stage.
And you had to be a Republican to get through the gate.
Yeah,
Hey man.
like they had a security guard at the gate while holding up a little flashcard with like skin tones. I'm like, all right, you're good.
Don't have to worry about you, bro. Yeah, but I feel like me and you would definitely have trouble with that because we're so used to like the intimacy that the bands that we listen to give us. You know, we're so used to being next to the amp, getting our ears like fucked up.
Yeah, dude. My ears are done, dude.
Yeah, mine too.
I mean, the one thing I did like the most too was everything was on time.
That's cool.
Like they're like, oh, first band goes on at 7 o'clock. You hear the guitar going.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
That definitely like goes to show what I've just felt since like since I was maybe like 18 or 19 years old. Cause I like a lot of old bands, you know, like Smashing Pumpkins and like a lot of older bands. Cause obviously, I mean, we grew up listening to them when they were like
the MTV era.
Yeah, and now that we're older and we're like able to make like moves to go to like LA to go see them, it's like I have this thing where I'm just like I love like like the Smashing Pumpkins, like I love them. Never ever gonna see them in my life. I'm never gonna see them. Like I'll never go to a Smashing Pumpkins show in my life, just because I don't want to watch a bunch of old people on stage like trying to relive like
their glory days.
Yeah, their glory days. Like I'll never go to like I love the Pixies. I'll never in my life go to like a Pixie show, just because it's like I don't want to watch that guy struggling how to hit those high notes like in the songs, you know, or like what you experience with Taking Back Sunday. It's like those guys were probably there to make money.
That's what I think the difference could be, because I feel that way too, but Jawbreaker breaks that state of mind for me, because like
but then again, like Jawbreaker and like other like bands in that era, like they were never those bands that were like, let's make a paycheck, dude.
That's true.
You know, they were always those bands that were like, we love this music, and we love that people love this music, and we want to keep making it, you know.
Yeah.
And it's really cool that Jawbreaker like came back, because it's like, and then the show that we saw them at, it's like they weren't getting rowdy, but it's like it's not the type of music you want to get rowdy to. Either,
yeah.
You know,
you're there to enjoy it.
Like I can't pit to like a song about getting your heart broken. Like,
why not?
Yeah.
So the pickup change while you're crying, or what?
Yeah, that definitely like confirms my whole like way of thinking towards those bands, where it's like I definitely don't want to. I love those bands. Like I would have loved to see Taking Back Sunday or Hawthorne Heights or The Used back in their heyday, you know, but I would never see.
Gross.
Oh yeah, you're not into those bands, huh?
No,
I never was either. Like I'll be honest, like I recently started appreciating like the emo like era that was around when we were in high school.
I like emo, but like the beginning emo. I don't like
you like the 90s emo.
Yeah, like American football.
Yeah,
bands like that. Like
I like that emo too, but like this emo, that Taking Back Sunday emo, where
like the early 2000s.
Yeah,
like,
the radio emo or whatever you want to call it. Like
there's some
I don't know,
heaters
dude,
in
like
there,
Chemical
man.
Romance. Ugh.
They just have like, to me, it's like they're catchy as fuck songs,
Yeah.
dude. Like I catch myself like singing to Taking Back Sunday songs so much because they're so catchy, you know.
Yeah.
But I can't picture myself like even back in their heyday being like, "Fuck, this is so fucking heavy," you know.
Hey, I will say Third Eye Blind had some parts that were fucking heavy as fuck, dude. I was just like, damn. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that because it was an interesting experience, like going to a concert like that. Like,
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Would you do it again?
Absolutely not.
Tight.
But it depends. It depends. We'll see. I don't know. I'm a fucking liar, so who knows? All right. So, how did we meet? Do you want to get into this now, or?
Yeah, let's go straight into it.
Okay, I'll let you guide us in.
Fuck, I don't know.
Well,
because I have like my stories lined up already. Well, not lined up, but of my earliest memories of each of you.
Yeah, because it's kind of weird. Like the way I met you. I met you. I think I was still in high school when I met you.
Probably.
But we didn't really talk. My first memory of us talking was at Sham's house.
The puppies and the shorts?
Yeah.
That's mine too.
Okay.
No, oh well, that's the first memory of us like actually having a conversation.
Talking and chilling.
But we've met before that because
at Jose's house.
At Jose's house, because Jose introduced me to you, and he's like, "This is my homie Fidel. He hates the locust."
Yeah.
That's how he introduced.
Yeah, I remember thinking like, "Fine, fuck this fool. I'm not ever gonna be cool with him."
I know, right?
But, so I'm still not, but.
Fuck out of my house.
But yeah, that was so I met you technically when that was back when me and Jose were jamming,
Yeah.
And you were always chilling there. Like sometimes I would go and you're already like inside his room just hanging out. And you were just always chill, dude. You were just hanging out. Like you weren't like one of his annoying friends. Like
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Should
Yeah.
I drop names, dude? But
Go ahead, I'll beep it. Damn, that fool.
yeah, fuck that fool.
He's sitting right here, dude. Why would you say that?
But yeah, like my first memory of you, like I walked into Sham's house and like Sham was like our high school friend. Like he's really cool, close homie.
Yeah.
And I even like lived with him for a while. But like I walked in and you had like a fucking puppy in your pocket, and only his head was sticking out. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Because I think his dog had just had puppies.
Sham has a puppy mill, dude.
Yeah. And I was making a joke like, hey, I'm gonna steal this shit, homie.
Well, so you
like-
stuck it in your pocket?
So I put it in my pocket. I was just walking around, and its head was just sticking out. Like that shit was.
It was like the cutest fucking puppy ever, too.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But I think that's how we started talking, and I don't know, like how did we start hanging out?
I think we started talking or like hanging out more because we started talking about movies more. Because I remember that was one thing we did have in common. Like we were always talking about movies.
Yeah, that's right. And I think you were like the first person I met that was like into movies.
Yeah.
Because I remember you were talking, you were telling me about like how you hated the movie Trash Humpers.
Yeah.
And I remember being pissed because you sold all your collection and like I wanted that movie and you didn't hit me up.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That wasn't the only one. That one, Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, you had a bunch of cool movies and yeah, for whatever reason you sold your collection and that I don't know, like we just started talking about movies. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, like finally like I know someone that's like into movies and I could like talk movies with them. Then that was like when I was really into like films. Like I was just fucking absorbing, watching a ton of them, digesting everything.
Yeah.
And I think that's how we started like really like hanging out and stuff. And this was back when you lived, well, you've always lived in downtown, but
Which apartment?
it was before you lived with like Oscar and them.
Was I living on Lemon behind the library?
I think so.
The apartment where we always had parties and shit?
I think so. And that's when like you were always throwing parties and you always had like a bunch of fucking like vegan food and like all kinds of shit. So like I would always go, and through you like I met a bunch of other people too. And then from there, I don't know, we just became really good friends. Like
Yeah, I can't get rid of you, dude.
yeah, I know. No, because we would even go like to swap meets together
Yeah.
and like all kinds of stuff. We'd go on a lot of adventures, and I want to tell a story, dude.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, don't be shy.
It's a story when we were stuck behind the van
Oh my god.
on the fucking coldest day ever.
Should we leave names out or should we say names?
We don't have to say names. We can just
Okay.
say, okay, so we had two friends. They kind of had like something going on together, whatever. So I'm so fucking oblivious to everything, and this will kind of tie into Birdie's some of my stories with Birdie too. I'm fucking oblivious to everything. Like you can tell me like, hey dude, I don't fucking like your shoes, and I'll be like, oh man, I wonder what that fool wants to tell me. Like he wants to say something to me. I just don't get hints.
Yeah.
I suck, dude. And that's why like. I don't know, dude. I've had even girls tell me like, "Oh, I had like the biggest crush on you," and I dropped all these hints. I'm like, "Fuck, I don't know, dude." Like,
I'm pretty oblivious to shit like that.
yeah,
too.
but like,
Not that oblivious. Though.
yeah, I'm fucking dumb, dude. Like, I don't catch, like, I don't know. I don't even tell. Okay,
You want me to tell it?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I suck at telling stories.
So, this was recently. I had broken up with someone.
Mm-hmm.
So me, you, and this other person were hanging out a lot. And there was a third. The two people. Oh, fuck. Okay, it's hard to say without saying names.
Yeah.
Because I don't know like if they're okay with that. So,
Yeah, no.
Let's just make up names. Let's call the male.
You're assuming gender now. Let me just forget. Okay, so four of us go to see. It was one of the Hobbit movies, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, and we're in this person's van, and him, huh?
Whose van?
The person.
Okay.
Shut up, dude.
My bad.
We're in their van, and this person and the other person that was with us kind of had a thing going. It was never really defined in our eyes. It wasn't like a defined. I don't know what they
had their own thing.
They had their own thing
we
going.
were just there.
Yeah, and it's fucking cold, super cold that night.
Fucking cold, yeah.
And Eddie had made a comment about this person going somewhere to hang out with someone else without the other person's knowledge. And they confronted the other person about it. And since I was really close with them at the time, I was able to tell when they were upset.
One of them was really upset.
Yeah. And so the way they were confronting the other person about it, I could tell right away, like, oh, this person's upset. Eddie cannot. So he's like, fucking, yeah, man. Why did you do that?
Why did you go hang out over there, not with her?
Yeah, why did you go hang out over there? Like, joking. And I was like, I'm nudging him. I'm like, dude. And he's just like laughing. And he's like, I know, right?
He's like, I know, I'm funny, huh?
And they get into this big argument. We pull over in this like empty ass parking lot. They get out to talk. It is fucking cold.
I looked over for them. I'm like, damn, she really was mad, dude.
And I was like, yes, dude. Like, to be fair, it's very hard to tell when this person's mad.
Yeah.
So they're out there and we're just like in the van, like
me and Fidel like fucking freezing our asses off.
Okay, for those who know me, I don't get cold easily. It takes a lot for me to get cold. I was fucking freezing. So I can only imagine Eddie.
I get cold like on summers, dude. Yeah, we were fucking like
We had
cuddling, dude.
Yeah, like we literally had to start cuddling. We're like cuddling like in the back of this van, and they were out there close to an hour. Got to the point where I was like, you know what, I gotta call my ex and ask her to come pick us up because like we can't be here. It's fucking
you called
cold.
Your ex?
Yeah. I guess say her name, Amber. It was like I had called her and like, hey, I need you to come pick us up. We're stuck here. And,
but you guys were together at the time?
We weren't together anymore.
Oh no!
You said ex, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, we weren't. We had literally just broken up like 2 weeks prior or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
So she was just like, I could tell she was like not down, but she's like, okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But then at that time, they started walking back to the van. So I called her back, like, never mind. We're on our way home.
That was the most awkward car ride home, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, Eddie was so fucking oblivious, dude.
I still kind of am.
Hey, but we got to cuddle. That was tight.
Yeah.
How did you meet Birdie?
Okay, so I met Birdie at the infamous house show.
I think that's where I met you too, like officially.
No,
No?
no. I remember when I met you, and I'll tell you in a bit.
Okay.
Okay, so I met Birdie at a house show that both our your band played, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so both of our bands played. I didn't get to catch your set because I was setting up my drum set at the time.
Yeah, because we were one of the openers.
Yeah, so like I was in the room setting up, so I didn't get a chance. But I remember, I think Jose. I'm pretty sure it was Jose. He introduced us, and he's like, "Oh, you know, this is Birdie. He's a singer of Vomit Bastard." And then I was like, "Oh, what's up, whatever." And really quick, let's just talk about the house show really quick, because that fucking thing was brutal as fuck.
Best
dude.
house show I've ever been to, dude.
To this day, yeah.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I
It
got
was
to
the
play
most
that night.
brutal house show I've ever been to.
Yeah, someone went to the hospital that night,
Yeah.
and that house looked like shit the next day.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember there was a point where I was playing, and there's a pause in the song, and I like during that pause I just looked up and there's a fucking beer bottle like flying towards my face. I moved and it just missed me. Like I could feel the fucking breeze fly by me, and all you hear is just people fucking.
Really?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
you
I
just
was
hear
like-
punches, dude.
Oh.
All you hear is people getting punched. And I was just thinking like, fuck, this is too gnarly. And
Do you remember all the bands that played? Like,
I remember Hordes closed.
Hordes closed, yeah. So it was Vomit Bastard, Mayonnaise also, right?
Yeah, it was what we called the Bastard Crew bands at the time,
Yeah.
which was my band and Tension.
They didn't play though.
Yeah, Tension played.
No, they didn't.
They did.
Mm-mm.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure.
Oh.
They were
no, it was
supposed-
Mayonnaise. Sorry,
It was Mayonnaise. Yeah, it was Vomit, Mayonnaise.
Planet Vegeta played.
Planet Vegeta played. The Love Below, Hit 'Em Where It Hurts, and Hordes. And Hordes closed it out, dude. That Hordes is a fucking scary ass band live.
They were a band that was like every time I saw them on a flyer, I was like, I have to go, and I'm so scared.
Yeah, dude.
An unsung legendary band. Like people don't really talk about them.
Yeah.
They're like a fairy tale, dude.
Yeah,
To me, they're like our generation's Infest.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
To me, that's what they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That house show was fucking wild. So, but that's where you met him.
That's where, yeah, the first time I met Birdie. But I from my memory, we didn't really talk until I think it was a party at Jose's house,
I think it was Norwood.
Norwood.
I think it was Norwood. Yeah.
I don't know.
Or it was a party at Jose's. One of those two.
No, 'cause I think it was a party at Jose's, and I was sitting on the couch with Hector. I don't know if that was it, but like I remember you came up and you started talking to me. I'm like, oh, dude, just sit down. And, like you sat between us, and like that's when we started talking.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's like my earliest memory that I can recall, like of us chilling. And from there, it was kind of similar to Fidel, like where we had like the movie bond. One thing I liked about Birdie was like his appreciation for like these weird bands, like I remember like I was like you like Interpol and like
Yeah.
Postal Service and all these weird bands that like most hardcore kids wouldn't talk about or you know.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because I remember like that was one of the things that really like made us connect was like the fact that, well, you know what, I'll say that about the three of us is like the fact that we were into shit that just nobody was like,
Yeah.
everybody was like, huh, you know, like what's
Or
that?
or no, I don't listen to that, but they do.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if Cynthia, like I remember when I found out, I was so surprised that Eddie listened to Au revoir someone. I don't know if you know who that is.
I don't.
Yeah, like he told me, he was like, oh, dude, I was listening to the song by them. I was like, oh, dude, you like them? I was like, yeah, they make fucking badass music. And I was like, no way. And I was back in the time where like hardcore was popping off, so everybody was like
You were
machismo and
listening,
shit.
yeah, either hardcore or power violence.
Yeah, you know. But it was like that was kind of the things that like made us connect, because like yeah, like you said, like we would both be listening to weird bands, and I had heard of the Locust before. Like I listened to the Locust in high school, but I never really fully appreciated them until like Eddie like actually like sat me down, or he would like message me and be like, listen to this, and listen to the way the drums are here, and then like look at the way this guy drums on this song. Like it's so fucking gnarly, and it's like back when it was in high school, I'd just be like, it sounds cool.
I think that's most of their fan base though, because like I've even talked to like Justin Pearson about it, like how he says like most people don't really appreciate it. They just like, oh, it's blast beats and synths and stuff. And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
no, dude, it's like it's
No,
deeper than that. Like
yeah, because you were the first guy to like grab my head and like look at it, dude. Like look at it. Like,
Look at it closely.
like fully appreciate it. And
Yeah.
it wasn't
yeah,
until
dude.
like I saw that and I was like, yeah, you're right. This band is not like any other band I've ever heard of. You know.
Yeah, and, I remember we would just share, like, just back and forth. And I remember, like, I would send you, like, Bright Eyes songs and shit, too.
Mm-hmm.
Which
And-
kind of... go ahead.
And that was like another thing too. It was like I like no one likes Bright Eyes that I know of. You know, I'll mention Bright Eyes and they'll be like, I don't know, sorry, don't know that. But Eddie was one of the first people to be like, oh, dude, I love Bright Eyes. Like, no way, that's crazy. I love them too. You know, but yeah.
Remember when you guys thought all I listened to was Power Violence?
You did for a point, dude.
Whenever I hung out, yeah.
That's why you got the nickname, dude.
Was Power Violence Medina?
Yeah, because wasn't I like, oh hey, dude, I want to show you this song. It's not Pyrolands though, so I don't know if you're gonna like it. And you were like, looking at me weird, like, fool, that's not all that I listen to, you weirdo.
What, do you remember what song it was?
I forgot what song it was, but I remember you looked at me like that, like
Fucking
like,
idiot.
are you dumb, dude? Like that's not.
But yeah, then I would have Birdie, like, me and him would start hanging out. He would come over. This is back when I lived on Van Buren. I had my own, like, my apartment there.
Mhm.
And he would come over, and I would show him movies. Like, I'm like, dude, get into this. Like, I would just fucking... That's one thing about me, dude. Like, I always try to get my friends into movies, especially, like, the art shit.
Yeah.
Like, even during band practice, dude, like, I always had something playing. Whether it was some, like, weird fucking movie or porno. And it was literally always one or the other, dude.
Why not both at the same time, pussy?
I don't have two fucking TVs.
Why not?
Not that
Hey, I
rich.
gotta be like Eddie.
It's hot, dude. I'm actually hot.
Can you imagine how I feel right now?
No.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna one up you guys right now.
That's what's up.
But no, I remember.
Shit.
I remember
That's what's up, homie.
Birdie.
That's what's up.
This ties into the obliviousness of me.
Okay.
I just don't know like when to not say certain things. Like this fool just got broken up with.
Oh, dude, I hate you, dude. I hated you that night, dude.
You want to tell the story?
Cause are you talking about that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I just got out of this long relationship, and it was like, you know, that first love relationship, you know,
Yeah.
where it's like, it's your first true love, and like, shit goes sour, and it ends up ending, and you're just
Yeah.
so heartbroken, dude, and you're just so like, and like, you're just listening to Bright Eyes the whole time, and like any sad music you can get a hold of. So, the type of guy that I am, well, I think we are, it's like, we don't want to just be wallowing in our sadness in our rooms all night. So like, I hit up Eddie, and I'm like, and like he knows what I'm going through. Like he knows, because he would check on me once in a while. He's like, hey dude, you okay? You want to come over, make some dinner or something? Like we want to take a walk, you know? Like he knew,
Yeah.
he knew. And I remember hitting him up one night, and I was like, hey dude, what's up? You busy? Like you want to kick it or something? You know? Because I don't want to be home alone and think about like my ex and shit.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, dude, you want to come over and watch a movie? And I was like, yeah, I'll be right there. And I drive to his apartment, and I go in there, and it's just me and him. And then like, dude, I walk in, and like, you know, we get some snacks or whatever, and we're sitting out on the couch, and he's like, I'm gonna show you this movie, dude, it's so tight. And like he puts it on, and like, dude, this movie, like this, I think it's like an hour and a half long, but this whole hour and a half, it's like a movie that just is reminding me of my heartache, dude. It's reminding me of my ex-girlfriend. Like everything about this movie from beginning to end. It's just like, hey, remember your ex? Remember how cute she was? Remember how nice she was to you? Like, and Eddie's right here, like, fuck yeah, I'm showing this movie. He's never seen it before. Like, this is so tight, because I never seen it before.
Yeah.
But the whole time, and he knows, dude, and he's seen this movie before, and I'm just like, oh god, like the whole time I'm like this. I'm just sitting on the couch watching it, like, oh cool. But in my head, I'm like, oh fuck, man, like I hate this shit. And then like, this is like the cherry on top here. And then the movie's over, and I'm like there, emotional in my head, like with a frog in my throat. And Eddie goes, all right, well, I'm gonna go to bed. Like, you better go, dude. Like, you're gonna have to go home now. So he invites me over to like remind me of my ex for like an hour and a half that I just got fucking broken up with, and then he sends my sad, lonely ass home, and he gets to like stay in his apartment all nice and cozy and shit. I was like, dude, and this one has the audacity the next day. He's like, so did you like the movie?
That was the first time you watched Ninja Turtles 2, right?
Tell him what movie it was, dude.
It was fucking Garden State.
You seen Garden State?
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I've seen.
Like, it's a fucking like,
It's a sad movie. Dude.
it's a love story, dude. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, it's like, damn. And this fool has the audacity to like, you know what, my good homie here just got his heart broken. Why don't I just bring him over and remind him about it?
Oh my god.
Staying on that subject of Eddie showing you movies at a bad time, is when I had broken up with my ex of 5 years. Eddie was like, dude, come over. You know, we'll watch a movie, keep your mind off things. You know, I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. I show up. I think you might have been there too. And this motherfucker puts on a Serbian film.
Oh, dude.
Oh, dude, I'm a good homie.
Fuck, dude.
But not only that, like, because both of you were like, both of you guys were like always like checking on me and shit, because like that was a long relationship.
Yeah.
And I remember you, Birdie, were like, hey, have you heard of this band called Cigarettes After Sex?
Dude.
Dude, I became fucking obsessed. I became obsessed with that band.
Dude. That's the worst band to listen to when you're going through that.
All sad and horny all the time.
I know, dude. Talk about jacking off while you're crying, dude.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Really quick, dude. Something that just popped in my head too. It was like after one of your breakups.
Damn, one of my breaks up?
Well, one of them. We went to Yard House. It was three of us, and my ex was there too. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. The funny picture?
No. No. I said something, and you guys laughed it off, but like, my ex, like, she like hit me afterwards. Like after we were like we split
really?
away, and she's like, "Why the fuck did you tell him that?" I'm like, I guess this was like literally a couple days after you were broken up, and like the first thing I asked him, like, "Oh, dude, how does it feel sleeping by yourself again?" But I was dead serious. Like I'm like, he's probably comfy, you know. He has all this room. And like I said, dude, I'm so oblivious. Like I didn't realize like. And I remember you were just like, "Oh, thanks, dude." Oh man.
Hey, don't talk to Eddie about your heartbreak. Homie.
Like, you guys are like the best people and the worst people to have around, like when you're heartbroken, dude.
What about you, Birdie? What are your memories of meeting Eddie?
Yeah, pretty much like
What he said?
yeah, where we like met at that gnarly ass fucking epic house show, and then after that we would always run into each other like at Norwood or Jose's, and then eventually like
The party spots.
eventually like we would like
We jammed a couple times with Jose too.
yeah we did, which is
Nothing
pretty
ever
fun.
like came of it, but
Yeah, it sounded good, but I mean nothing ever came of it.
Yeah.
But that's also another thing that we connected with, like me and Eddie, because we would always like be in these like short-lived bands that could have just been something, you know. But it's like
Yeah.
but
people decide to have families instead.
Oh, my bad. I just burped into the mic.
but yeah, that's kind of like. And Eddie was also like I think I mentioned this in the episode where we talked about like Martyrs, and it's a Serbian film.
Yeah.
Where yeah, he was like, I didn't know what the fuck a Serbian film was, or Martyrs.
Oh, yeah.
Or Salo, you know.
Yeah.
And like I remember Jose like texting me. He was like, "Hey, dude, I noticed you've been hanging out with Eddie a lot." And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, if he invites you over to his house, be careful." And I was like, "Why?" He was like, "He's gonna show you some fucked up shit." And I was like, "Really?" And then I think that same day Eddie hit me up to like,
I'm down.
and I was like, "I'm down." But yeah, also introduced me to like Alejandro Jodorowsky, and just like
Yeah.
basically like another spectrum of like film in general, you know.
Yeah, because like before I met Eddie and like got into movies with him, I've always been like into movies, but he made me realize I was more into like mainstream shit. Because I was always like, oh yeah, you know, like fucking Kevin Smith, Martin Scorsese, like shit like that, Quentin Tarantino, like the typical film buff shit. So yeah, it was because of him showing me like Alejandro Jodorowsky, David Lynch even.
Yeah.
So I was, yeah.
Yeah, that was another person that I remember me and him were pretty obsessed about, like, for a little while. It was, like, David Lynch, like, watching Eraserhead, and,
Yeah.
Twin Peaks and shit like that. Which was, like, another thing that, like, I didn't know anybody else who fell into that rabbit hole. You know? And then, like, yeah, it just went on, and after that, because I remember, like, dude, we would, like, after that, it was, like, a blast, you know, because it was, like, like us, like we would like find films like fucking Turbo Kid,
Yeah.
you know, or like Raw, that French horror film that was like at the Frida for like a little while, you know, like shit like that. It was like, oh man, this is so much better than going to go see a fucking Jason Voorhees remake. You know.
Oh, I agree with that. I'm
You know
like
what I
for
mean?
Friday the 13th movies.
Yeah. But
Yeah, you're seeing something that's never been seen before, so it's just
yeah, it's just like
mind blowing.
yeah, exactly. It's like stories that just like nobody wants to talk about. Like we were willing to listen to that shit. You know?
Yeah.
Like him telling me to go to the Frida to go watch fucking The Nightingale.
One thing that always reminds me of Birdie too, and it's something that I try to get through people's heads. And it's so random, but I hate people that do blast beats with the double bass pedal.
Huh.
And like, I remember Birdie mentioned to me like he saw that I had a double bass. Like, oh, you do blast beats like that? I'm like, no, dude. Like, I have it because like I like fucking with it, but yeah, if you're listening to this and you use a double bass pedal for blast beats, you're a fucking bitch.
Damn.
No, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck
and,
that.
and I
dude.
would say like, I remember when I first heard Eddie's blast beats, like, oh dude, those things were brutal, man.
Wait, you play drums?
Because I remember like the few times that we did jam together, like, oh dude, that shit was like blowing me away.
Yeah.
And I would like look at his feet and I'd be like, is he using double? Like,
Is he
using the double?
cheating?
Yeah, I would be looking down and I was like, no, dude, like, he's just
At his
like...
feet though, right?
My third leg, right?
I was like, he's using no feet. What's going on?
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, but you, Fidel,
I have an early memory of you too, but I feel like we met at the house show.
I think we did, but I think we officially met when Ruben came back.
That's the memory I'm thinking of too.
Yeah, that was the night where Jose like was like, oh, this is my homie Fidel.
Yeah.
You know, and then after that it was like,
This was before Jose and Alexis were even a thing.
yeah, I think she was like dating some asshole or something.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that guy that night and being like, man, that guy looks like a jerk.
But yeah, I remember because Jose had hit me up and was like, hey, Ruben's back in town. Like, you want to go chill at his house?
Mhm.
And I was just like, yeah, I don't care. Like, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I got my homie Birdie with me too. And I was like, all right, cool, fuck that guy. And no, but I remember we were chilling, and then the idea was brought up, I think, to go to a bar. I remember looking at you and be like, are you 21?
Oh yeah, dude.
And you were like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was already like 22 or something at the time. Yeah, but yeah, but that night, that was like the official night that I met you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, like you would invite me over to your house. You were living like at Wayne's.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Yeah, I remember like that. Like there was like a crazy ass night where I was like, so I'm gonna go down. It was me, you, Amber, and I think that's it. I think Wayne was in his room, and then Oscar was in his room, but we were in the living room watching a movie or something.
Mm-hmm.
No, Wayne wasn't home, and Oscar wasn't home either. And it was we were in the living room watching a movie, and then a knock on the door, and then you had like a gate door and a primary door, and you open the primary door, and the gate door was closed, and like I didn't see who was outside, but I just remember like hearing a lady, and then she was like, hey, can I come in? And you were like, no, what do you want?
I don't remember this.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, is someone gonna rob us right now, dude? But it ended up, I guess, being like Wayne's mom or something looking for him or some shit.
Oh fuck! I don't remember
Yeah.
this, dude.
Yeah, and I guess you were like, just like, oh, I can't let you in here just because, like, I don't know you, and Wayne's not here, you know. So I'm just, you know, if you should call him if you want to get in contact with him.
Yeah.
You talk to her all gentleman-like and shit, but
Yeah, so I talk to people, bitch.
yeah, but that was like a memory that I was like,
Dude, I don't remember that. That's crazy.
yeah.
The only memories I have of that house is just being fucked up all the time because we always had parties there.
Yeah, there would be some fucking gnarly ass parties there, dude. Like, at like fucking cock to butt. Like, you couldn't even move around. There's so many people in that fucking place.
I know,
you
dude.
know? But, yeah. And then, yeah, after that, like, it was like all history for the three of us after that, you know.
Yeah, one thing, like, I was always, like, the sober one. And that was, like, one cool thing about Birdie. Like, whenever he would come around, like, he wasn't straight edge or anything, but he just didn't drink, I guess. at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. I just wasn't interested in, like, getting fucked up all the time.
I was always getting fucked up.
No, but I remember we were at Norwood and there was a party, And I would always fuck with people when they were drunk.
Yeah.
Like Trevor, I can't count how many times I said his name. Fuck it. How many times I put my balls on his fucking head when he's drunk.
Oh my god, dude.
That's one thing, dude. Like I've seen you guys' dicks.
I have many
No, we
dicks.
share a dick.
Oh, it's connected.
Hey, no, you snuck on seeing mine though.
And I wanted to see it again because that shit looked brand new. It was weird.
It's weird.
Yeah, dude, that shit looked like it was just made.
Hey, sorry, I keep
Like
that
if
shit
God
clean,
created
homie.
that shit like the day before. I'm like, what the fuck? There's not even a wrinkle, a vein. Like it just looked too perfect and symmetrical. I'm like, dude. Hey. Yeah, I remember like, who was it? Somebody had it on their phone. It might have been your ex. And I'm like, dude, show him again. Show it to me again. And I think you were like, no, don't show him. Or
No, that wasn't okay. So it was on my phone, and I think I was I forgot why I even had a picture of it, but there was a few people that were like Amber was showing it to, and
that's how I snuck up on.
yeah, you like snuck up. I think she was like holding it and like standing next to me, and she was showing to someone. I forgot who, but then I just hear you go, I saw it. What the fuck? That shit looks brand new. And I was like, what the fuck?
I remember I texted Birdie like I don't know, I was bored. I was like, hey, send me nudes. And he fucking sends me a picture of his cock. I'm like, fuck, dude, I guess.
You asked, dude.
I was like,
I remember
damn.
Eddie got so offended, dude. Like he was like, "Don't text me anymore, dude." And I remember, like, I think like an hour or two passed by, and he was like, "Hey, are you up?" And I was trying to go to sleep, and I heard my phone vibrate, and it woke me up, and I was like, "God damn it, who is it?" And it was fucking Eddie. And I was like, and I threatened him. I was like, "Dude, if you text me again, I'm gonna send you my cock one more time." And he was like, "Okay, I'm going to bed now."
I got into like the bad habit of like photoshopping people's faces on my dick. Like the infamous
Yeah, I know.
his picture, yeah.
The dickhead.
Yeah.
The dickhead dad picture.
And I heard he blamed everyone but me. I'm like,
Dude.
he was treating everyone else out, and I'm like, fuck that, dude, that's my dick, dude. But like, all right, cool. But the reason I brought this whole thing up was because one day we were at Norwood, the infamous like Norwood parties, and
Those parties are pretty crazy too.
everyone was fucking drunk and high, and like me, Hector, and Birdie were like the only sober ones there,
Yeah.
and we're like, man, let's fuck with them. Like everyone's fucking being stupid, so we got like somebody made some blunts. And we took all the weed out and replaced it with oregano. And they were just passing around these joints of just oregano, and everyone's like think they're all cool smoking oregano. And I think there's only one person that caught on. I think it was Fernando.
Yeah.
He was like looking at it like, dude, this isn't weed. Like he was just so like, but everyone else was so fucking like,
Oblivious to it?
yeah. It was the funniest shit ever, dude.
Yeah, it was like, that was another thing that really kept me like wanting to hang out with you guys, especially with Eddie, because like
That was an asshole, dude.
it was a blast being sober at a party full of fucked up people and just fucking with them, dude.
Did you ever see me fucked up at these parties? Because I think when you started coming around more, that's when I kind of started winding down.
Yeah, because
I never saw you seriously fucked up.
You've seen me fucked up.
Have I?
At least once. I forgot whose birthday party it was. It was we've talked about this, where I passed out on the side of the house and everybody started taking pictures with me. Like I passed out taking a
my
piss
God.
on the
Oh,
side
shit, dude.
on the side of Jose's house, and I don't remember anything. The only thing I know of this story is because what Amber told me.
Yeah.
But she said she came over and like I was just leaned up against the wall with my fucking dick out.
Oh,
And
dude,
it's-
I would have put my balls on your forehead for sure.
No, but she said like she fucking like put it away, zipped me up, and like brought me a chair, and I just sat there and left me there. But like people would come over because that's where everybody went to pee. So people would come over, and so there's a bunch of pictures of like me with my head leaned up against the house, and just people
Oh my
like with
God.
me.
Yeah.
But you were there. You were also there with the first time I did the quadruple shot.
The infamous quadruple shot.
Yeah, but yeah, like when Birdie started hanging out with us more, that's when I was already like winding down. I wasn't really drinking as much.
Yeah, because I would see you drunk, but you'd never, like, I would never be like, damn, Fidel's fucked up. But I'd be
Yeah.
like, oh, he's drunk right now.
Yeah.
I remember. It's just a side one really quick. It was at a party too, and two of our homies were arguing because one of them like found out the other one was like doing math or something.
Yeah.
So he was getting chewed out. Like, oh, if I find out you're doing math, I'm gonna fuck you up. He was just caring for him, you know.
Yeah.
And I had a fucking, was it like a bottle rocket or something? And they're having this serious argument, and like everyone's just kind of staying away from them, letting them do their thing. And I'm like, I'm fucking bored, dude. I'm gonna go stick this in his pocket. So I snuck up behind him and I stuck it in his back pocket and I lit it, dude. And I ran, dude. And that shit blew up. It ripped his fucking ass pocket open. And the whole time, like, he just turned around and was like, what the fuck? Because he was so fucked up.
Yeah.
He just didn't know what the fuck it was. And then it was Fernando was the one that like was trying to like talk to him. And Fernando was like, dude, I'm trying to have this serious conversation with him, and you guys fucking put a firework in his ass. And, like, I'm over here trying not to laugh. Dude, it was the funniest shit ever, dude. Man, being sober at parties is fucking dope, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's so fun. It's like, for like a little while, we were like lock, stock, and barrel.
Fuck, dude.
Because it was like me, you, and Hecky, like, we would always end up being like the sober ones there. Just,
Back when Hecky was straight edge.
yeah, like back when like he wouldn't do shit like that, but it's like, we would just fuck with people, dude, and it'd be so fun. And like when we weren't fucking with people, we'd be sitting down and looking at everyone and just making fun of them.
Oh, man.
Just the idea of like partying like that nowadays is like so like ugh to me.
It sounds like a chore.
Yeah, I was like, I can't do it anymore.
Dude, I'm still down to attend. Let's do this.
Yeah, like if it comes down to like doing like running into that, I definitely want to be with like Eddie just so we could be like looking at everyone being like how fucked up everyone is right now, dude.
Well, I mean, the parties that we go to now, how would you compare them to like?
They're not as rowdy, and I wouldn't fuck with these people. Only because they're more strangers. Like the ones are just close friends and stuff.
Yeah.
But they're a lot tamer.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, they were.
Yeah, you kind of have to be careful when you make new friends.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, that's kind of like one thing that I wanted to mention too, because I remember Jose was the catalyst, like for everyone I met here, like definitely. You know? So thankful to that guy. But man, have I never met a more welcoming group of people in my life, you know?
Yeah.
It was never like, you can't hang out with me if you don't drink beer. You can't hang out with me if you don't do coke.
That's true.
You know, you can't hang out with me if you don't listen to the same bands I listen to. You can't hang out with me if you're, like, not into the movie. It was always just like, what's your name, dude? Birdie. We're kicking it. You know? It was never like, get fucked up so we can kick. No, it was always just like,
yeah,
we're kicking it. And if, like, a beer was around, there would be, like, no peer pressure.
Yeah.
You know, it'd just be like, you want a beer? No. All right, cool.
Not only that, we have, like, really diehard friends.
Yeah.
The kind that, like, if anything was to happen, like, they'd be there, you know?
Yeah.
Because our friends are pretty fucking rowdy, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we have friends that just love to fight, and like, I feel like safe around them, and like I'm glad like it's calmed down a lot.
Yeah.
But it's like they're still there.
Yeah.
Like if anything was to happen, like you still hear about them fighting, you know, in downtown and all that.
There's a lot of stories.
Yeah, there's too many stories.
There's a lot of stories.
But I mean, yeah, our friends were always. It was very diverse.
Yeah, it was never like. Yeah, there was never like it was never. I remember the only people that just wouldn't come around again were just the people that just couldn't handle the fact that like these group of people were so accepting. Because I remember one time, oh fuck, what was that dude's name? Bald dude. Tyler?
Tyler?
Was it Tyler?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Because I remember he found out that like we watched porn, and he just didn't like that, and we never saw him again.
Whoa! You guys watch porn? I'm out of here.
And I think like somebody was like making an argument that if you watch porn, like you're jacking off to a dick. Like that's just it. Like there's no way around it. Like there's a dick in the video, you're jacking off to it.
Absolutely.
And I think like someone was like someone pointed it out to that guy, and he was just like, I'm not gay, you know, like and then, like we just never fucking saw him again, dude.
That's funny.
Yeah, but I think like most of the people that just like stopped coming around, which is those type of weirdos that were just like, what?
Yeah.
You don't do what I do? That's weird, you know? And it's like, you sound boring. You know?
You mentioned that like Jose was like a catalyst for you, like for meeting everybody here.
Yeah.
I feel like the same for me, you know, because when I started coming around initially, like hanging out with Jose, I was hanging out with Evan a lot because like I grew up with Evan, you know, come from the same neighborhood, like had a lot of the same struggles, so like me and him were really close. And so I'd come, and Evan lived with Jose at the time, and I knew Jose from high school, but we didn't like kick it like that, you know. Until I would come over to the house a lot, and then like me and Jose started coming close because Evan's straight edge, and I kind of related more to Jose as far as like, dude, let's get fucked up, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
And then that's when like you guys started coming, like Eddie, because they were friends with Bobby, with Jose's brother.
Bobby was my catalyst.
Yeah.
To everyone.
And like, so basically Jose and me like inherited all of Bobby's friends. Because before, like, hanging out at Jose's, it was always just, like, it was Jose, me, Dorian, Omar, Evan, and, like, probably, and Sergio Galvin. And, like, it was always us just chilling, partying. And then Bobby and his friends would come chill and party all the time with us, too. And then it just became one big group.
Yeah.
And then Bobby stopped hanging out. Because he had that, at the time, he had that personality of, like, I got a girlfriend now. I'm not chilling with my friends.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but his friends would still come over and just party with us.
Yeah.
So we all just became a big group
Yeah.
of friends, you know. Jose is also the catalyst for this podcast.
Yeah, that's true,
Yeah,
actually.
because I remember I had come across a movie podcast done by two guys from hardcore bands. And I was like, oh, cool. You know, my two worlds colliding here. And I was listening to it. And I was critiquing it so much because they were not doing their fact checking. There's a lot. The conversation was a lot of, you know, that person from this movie that came out that one time. What's it called? A lot of that.
Yeah.
So I was talking to Jose about it because he asked me if I had listened to it, and I was like, yeah, you know, I checked it out, and then like I told him what I thought like the faults of it were, and then he was like, well, why don't you start a podcast? I'm just like, well, nah, I don't think that'd be interesting. Like, and plus I have like crazy stage fright. And he's like, nah, dude, like you love talking about movies, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah. And I was just like, but I don't want to do it like by myself. He's all, well, Eddie, like you guys are always talking about movies. And I was like, well, I'll ask him, but I don't know. That seems kind of like something out of reach.
Yeah.
And at that moment, you walked up, Birdie. You walked up. And then I think you had asked me, like, your first question was like, oh, dude, I just watched this movie. Like, have you seen it? I can't remember what movie it was. And I was like, yeah, I did see it. And we started talking about it. And we went on this, like, 45-minute conversation about this movie.
Yeah.
And then Jose was like, dude, this is the podcast. And I was like, that'd be tight, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's when I told you the Jose's idea about it. And I asked you if you'd be down, and you're like, yeah, I'm down. And I was like, all right, like let's hit up Eddie. Hopefully he's down too.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's when we started, like, from that point to when we actually recorded the first episode, I think was probably almost a year.
Yeah.
Because it took us a while to get our stuff, you know, and then to figure out how to, like, do it.
Yeah.
Because I do remember we did try one time, but I couldn't figure out how to record it on my laptop because I didn't have a MacBook at the time.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure it out, so we ended up not doing it. And then I remember it was your idea, Birdie, to not make it only about movies. Because I was initially it was just going to be about movies.
Yeah.
And you're the one that added the little, like, the unlimited, because we could talk about anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, yeah, that's fucking tight. That's what made me want to, because to be honest, I wanted it to be where, like, I was going to tell you guys that this is what we're talking about. You know?
Yeah.
Not take any ideas.
Yeah.
But when you brought that idea, I was like, I'm fucking down to have ideas come from you guys too.
Yeah, which led to us, like, interviewing, like, our music friends.
Yeah.
And, like, just other random friends, you know.
Yeah.
And I actually got that idea from two places. One of them was Eddie. Because I remember one time we were having a conversation about him having, like, a camera set up and interviewing people.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, like, why would you interview anyone?
Yeah.
And then we had a conversation about how, like, we just find it interesting how people are in general. You know,
Yeah.
how someone can transform from like one person into a different person and still be that same person.
Yeah.
You know, and the other one was and I've been wanting to mention this since we started the podcast, and now I have an opportunity.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining. No, I'm just kidding.
But the other one was a YouTube channel that
Yeah.
has one video. It just has one video, and that's it.
we have that right now.
It's a YouTube channel, and like that video came out like 4 or 5 years ago, and like that guy just never did anything ever again. But I still have it on my phone, and I was just like, I saw that, and I was like, this is cool. I like that idea. This is a fucking good idea. I can't believe this guy didn't go on with this. But it's called Rich in Regret, and the one video is just an interview with Jeff, the tattooer.
Cypher.
Yeah,
The one who he lives in New York now.
yeah.
I've never met that guy. I know who you're talking about though.
Yeah, Jeff Cypher. There's like a video just of someone just interviewing him, and I don't know how I ran into it. I don't know how I found it. I just like clicked on it, and it was an interview with Jeff Cypher, and the channel's called Rich in Regret. But I remember watching that whole thing, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. I would love to do something like this, you know, whether it be audio or visual. you
Yeah.
know? And yeah, that's why I brought it up to you. I was like, man, it'd be so fun if you like, you know, did that.
Yeah.
But when you guys get a chance, look it up. It's called Rich in
Rich and Regret.
Yeah, and it's
I'll
just
check it out.
it's just one video, dude. He just uploaded one video, and it came out like 5, and he never did it again. But it's still there. Like I run into it every day. Every time I open like the app,
Yeah.
like it's still there. Like Rich and Regret, Jeff Cypher interview. But yeah,
That's what's up.
No, but yeah, like so. I guess we.
One thing I really want to mention too
Mm-hmm.
is just shout out to Fidel for being consistent with this, because there was a period where I left,
Yeah.
and there was a period where Birdie left, and
and I'll admit that I was sad when you left, dude.
I was just
when
I didn't
you
give a fuck.
when you told us like, oh, I don't want to be a part of it. I was like, oh, that sucks.
I was going through a lot of shit, and then I just realized I was gonna be very what's the word I'm looking for?
Well,
Unreliable. So I was like, I can't do that to them, so I'm just gonna drop out. So I did it for a long ass time too. Like I wasn't part of it for a while,
Yeah.
and then and like I said, there was like a period where Birdie didn't do it, but it's like, if you didn't do it, then we'd be fucked. Like the whole thing would be fucked. Because I mean, I don't know how to fucking record on this, you know.
Luckily, I like doing shit like this.
Yeah. So just shout out to you, man. Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely the captain of this ship.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And that's about as positive as I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
Damn, getting all nostalgic and sentimental on this one.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't done this. I thought this would have been like a year thing, maybe like for the anniversary.
How
or
long
something.
have we been doing this?
I don't know.
Like 3-4 years now?
Well,
Three-
we started before the pandemic because that's when
Was
we
it
were
2018?
We started
I think it was 2019.
2019 because I remember the first episode we did was...
In Jose's dining room when I was living with him.
That wasn't the first one we did.
No, it
No?
was at my place.
It was at your place, yeah. But we did it, I want to say 2 months before my ex and I broke up.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was already almost 4 years ago.
Oh.
3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. But yeah, I'm glad we did this. I was can't even fucking talk. I'll be honest, I was kind of like, are we gonna be able to fill out an episode with this?
Yeah.
But no, I'm glad we did it.
Yeah.
I like talking about past shit, being nostalgic and shit.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's alright.
Yeah, but I still like the fact that we never stuck to like movies. It was always like something else.
Yeah.
In the mix.
I'm like super grateful that you brought that idea up, because thinking about it now, we would probably have run out of steam really early on,
Yeah.
because it would have gotten,
It would have been stale.
it would have been stale, and it might have even affected. I know. Well, speaking for myself, I feel like it might have affected the way I would have enjoyed movies, because it would probably felt like a job, you know.
Yeah, that's why like when we get into like dissecting some movies, I try my best to just make it fun.
Yeah.
You know, like I try my best. To
Hey, we'll
just,
try harder.
Yeah, that way it doesn't feel like work. Because I think I told you before, I was like, I don't want to do this if it feels like we're,
Yeah.
you know, stressing out about it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd rather do this when, you know, when we all have a good time to be together and,
Yeah.
you know, something like that. Like tonight,
Yeah.
we're all here.
I finally had some free time. I've been a busy boy lately.
Yeah.
Very busy boy.
Busy.
Busy. But I mean, I have a camera now, and I'm more inclined to want to fuck around with it and learn some shit with it, and hopefully we could start doing. Hopefully, look into like recording video. That'd be tight.
Yeah. We just got to stay consistent. you
Yeah.
know? Like uploading once a month is kind of weird.
Yeah. We've been doing pretty good though.
Yeah. Definitely. I would say so.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good place to wrap it up. So Eddie, you get the fuck out of my house. No, but thank you guys for sticking around for this episode. And if you've been here since the beginning, like, thanks. Like, that's fucking tight.
Yeah, thanks.
Like, I know a few people that have been, like, since the beginning. And the times that where we take, like, these breaks, they'd be hitting me up. Like, hey, when's the next one? When's the next one? Like, that's fucking tight. That's what makes me feel, like, good about doing this.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
Even if it's only like 1 or 2 people, but thank you.
Yeah.
But you could follow us on all our social medias at BetamaxULTD on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, anywhere you get your podcasts. Just search Betamax. And we'll see you guys next time.
Keep moving. Keep moving.